So real quick, can we do something nice and turn to that little tiny white camera right there with the red circle on top? You guys see it? Everybody see that camera right there? Okay, that's our live stream camera. And I just checked. We have 110 people right now watching on that. Hey, guys. Hey, Facebook world. And I have a feeling last seminar I did, it was over 1,000 when we finished, which I thought was really neat. Who's watched at least one of my live streams? We do our radio show live. We do these live because I believe that the information you're going to hear today is going to change your life, and it needs to be shared with others. Would you guys agree with that? Yes. You don't even know what I'm going to talk about yet, so I appreciate that. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So a couple little ground rules. First, I sent an email out to all of you asking what were you coming here for today, and I got a bunch of responses. I actually had some conversations back and forth with a few of you through email, and we didn't just say, for example, well, this is what happened, right? I'm coming because I want to lose weight. Is there anybody in this room here today that is like frustrated that they can't seem to lose weight, right? And nobody? Wow. Okay, so like, who would like to lose 20 or 30 pounds like Angela did in 2 months? By the way, no gyms, no crazy diets. So more hands are going up, right? Okay, your body is supposed to burn fat for you when you are healthy. So please don't take this offensively, but if you have 10 pounds to lose, you're 10 pounds of unhealth. So we fix your health, and your weight will just fall off. I didn't always used to be like this either. I was pushing a 38-inch waist, almost 200 pounds. I'm 5'11". That's way off. I had a fatty liver from taking too many meds as a kid because I was sick. I just realized the microphone isn't on. Testing, there we go. I was sick, and I had a lot of issues. I had breathing problems. I had sarcoidosis. Does anybody know what that is? And I say had because I don't have it anymore. It's an autoimmune condition where your lungs start to fill with scar tissue. So if lungs are filling with scar tissue, what are they not filling with? Air. So I had CPAP machine-like thing at night to breathe. I used to have an oxygen cannula that was in my nose, and I had to breathe this stuff at night. Inhaled corticosteroids, good thing or bad thing to take on a regular basis. What does it do to your immune system? Wrecks it. I used to get fungal infections in my throat, so they would put me on antifungals. The side effect of the medication was heart rates, which makes your blood pressure do what? So what did they give me? Blood pressure pill to bring it back down. So like I was your classic heavily medicated kid. I grew up on Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Snickers bars and like Pop-Tarts. That's how I lived my life because my parents thought they were doing the right stuff. Eat your whole grains, drink your milk, have orange juice with your candy, right? Like that's what I did. Okay? And it wasn't until about, I don't know, I was probably in late high school to early college. I met my wife, who I'm now obviously married to, in high school. And she was going to a chiropractor because she had scoliosis. And I'd never heard of chiropractic my whole life. I had no pain, but I had a lot of what? Issues. So to me, chiropractic was, well, neck pain, back pain, headaches. I didn't have any of that. So I got into a car accident, unfortunately, when I was learning to drive. Has anybody ever gotten into a car accident while learning? Some of us are still learning how to drive. I got into a car accident, and then what did I start to have? So where did I go? I went to the chiropractor my wife went to because he gave us a deal, right? And he starts to adjust me, and within 6 months, I kid you not, I got off every medication I was on. I had a pulmonologist scan my lungs. The sarcoidosis, and I was like, how is this possible? And you know what he told me? You're in the pinnacle of your health. You're 22 years old. This is as good as it's going to get, and it will come back because this stuff doesn't go away. You're just lucky that right now you're as healthy as you will ever be. And actually, I'm healthier now than I was back when I was in my 20s. So I asked a bunch of you, why are you here? And I got everything from, I want to lose weight, I have a thyroid problem, I've been to my doctor. I'm not going to share some of yours because it's quite personal. I had this diagnosis. I've been taking this med for 8 years, and I want another way out. And so I've been emailing back and forth to some of you, right? Did anybody get my emails? Yes. By chance? Okay, good. So I have a quick question for you guys just to see, A, what are we talking about today? What's the topic of the day? Okay? So Why did you come here today to want to learn more about detox? I'm going to pick, I'll just randomly, 3 people that could tell me why they're here today. What did you come here for? What reason? Yes, ma'am.
Better health.
Okay, why do you want better health?
I feel like I'm 20 years older than I am.
Okay, so does anybody else feel that way, out of curiosity? I used to feel that way. Why do you want to feel 20 years younger than you currently are?
To be able to interact with people. I feel like my story is a lot like yours.
Right, okay, so,
Introduce yourself.
right, so okay, ready? So you want better health. That's why you came here today. You want to interact, I'll say maybe with family, whatever. Why is that important to you? You guys will see why I do this in a moment, okay? If I do it with all of you, we'll be here for like 12 hours, which I could do, but keep going. Why do you want to be interacting with friends and family and things like that?
Obviously for happiness.
Oh, yeah. So it's about a feeling then, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we want to feel younger, we want to feel happier, we want to feel healthier, etc. Why is it important that you feel happier and younger and healthier? Well, let her answer. That might be your answer. I appreciate that. Quality of life.
I feel like I've been unhappy for a long time.
Okay.
And I'm ready to be happy. I'm at a time in my life
Right.
where I think I deserve to
You do. Okay, ready? Here we go. Why do you deserve to be happy? Are you okay I put you on a spot like this?
why do I deserve to be happy?
And listen, real quick before you answer. Can everybody else try to answer this for themselves in their heads? Why do you deserve to be happier? Because I guarantee you, if I did this for each of you, we would get right where you are right now.
I think
You're good.
everybody should be happy.
Why should everybody be happy?
Um,
See if you can answer it. Because,
I'm sorry.
that's okay. Can I give you what I believe to be the answer, what's coming to me from God above? Because you deserve it. You deserve to be happy so that you can interact with others, and your interactions and how happy you are will inspire them to ask you what? How the heck are you doing this? Because I'm unhappy. I want to feel better. You seem to have it. Please tell me how you did this. So then it becomes about them, not you now. Have you guys heard me talk about this before? The idea that your why has to be big enough to be outside of you. It cannot be about you. If I lose weight for myself, am I going to lose weight? I might, but then what happens? Comes right back again. If I lose weight to be around for my child's wedding, what am I now going to do? Well, listen, my daughter is 6. I got a long way until she's married, hopefully. A long way until she's married. My son is only 16 months. I got an even longer way. In order for me to state that I want to be around for their weddings, I have to be on the long haul for a long time, and it can't just be about like, hey, this weekend I have this party, and I want to fit into this outfit. Does that make sense to you guys? Your why has to be huge. It has to be bigger than you. And what you do is you ask yourself the why to yourself 7 times. So let's try it once more. Ready? Who wants to do this? Nobody does. You're like, I do not want to be put on the spot. What's your name? Doris. Doris? Okay. Why did you come here today? Whew, that was a lot. Let's just start with taking care of your health. Okay? Why do you want to take care of your health?
Because I got diagnosed with thyroid.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Okay. Why is it important for you to understand why you have a thyroid problem? Because you said you didn't understand. You'll be taking care of your health. So you found out you have a thyroid problem. You want to take care of your health. Why is it important that you take care of yourself? Okay. Why do you want to live longer? Okay. What is it about them that makes you want to live longer? G-R-A-N-D. Okay. Why is it so important that they feel your enjoyment and love? Why is it so important that they feel your enjoyment and your love? Why is it important to you that they feel your enjoyment and love for them? It's deep, isn't it? We're almost there. Okay. And why do you care that they care? Guess what? This is one of the reasons you are on this earth today. And it's not just about them. You have some sort of drawing to helping children to have a big impact in their life. Because if I asked him, he probably might not end with kids, he might end with something else. You have a deep-seated sort of from God calling to make children feel like people care about them. And I know you're nodding your head because we did this exercise for you. Do you guys know why 7 is the important reason to ask the why 7 times? Someone tell me with this. Why 7 and not 5? Why didn't we get it here? Why did we get it here? It's the biblical number for completion. Biblical number for completion. When you ask yourself why 7 times and you answer it for real, because did you notice when we started getting here, it was like a little teary. I could feel goosebumps. Up here, it was like anger a little bit. Why do I have this? I'm upset. But then it became, whoops, it's not about me. You have to do this for yourself. You have to. And the reason that I teach you this is some of you think you know why you're here, but you don't actually truly know why you're here. And I'm not just talking about in this room. I'm talking about on this earth, everything else. It's a whole other subject. Would you guys agree? So you got to understand this is an exercise that I highly encourage you to do all the time. And if it starts off with health, and I help you with this by detoxing, boy, you're going to have a big impact for your kids, your grandkids, and everyone else, which is what I feel you came here for. Got it? So you're going to rock this world when we leave, and I hope all of you do too. Okay, I can't do this with each of you because we will be here for too long. Do you understand what step number 1 to transforming your health is? It's existential, isn't it? It's not what you thought. You thought I was going to say, swallow this herb, and it's going to clean your body out, and all of a sudden you're going to be healthy, right? It's your mind. You have to know why. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. And do you guys feel what she talked about? Because more than likely, if I do it, all of you are going to say the same thing. I want to live longer. Why? I want to be around for someone else. Why? Because I need them to know something, or I want to share something with them. I feel like I have a greater calling in my life. Bravo! How can you do that if you're unhealthy? You can't. So I want you guys to anchor to the fact that you're here to make a change in someone else's life, but it starts with who? You first. First you, then everyone else, right? It's the old analogy of the airplane, right? It's crashing, the 2 little oxygen things come down, and the flight attendant says, put it on your kid first, right? No! They say you first, and then everyone else. So I want you to be healthy so you can make a change in someone else's life. Does that sound fair? Why am I here? Because that is something that hit me years and years ago about the idea that tell me if you would agree with this, nobody knows what health really is. We think we do. Well, I'm healthy, doc. My blood work is all normal. Are you taking any meds? Yes, you're unhealthy. I'm sorry, you're unhealthy. But my labs are good. Stop the drugs, and what happens? Oh, they'll get bad. So you're healthy? Yes, doc. That's like, I don't know who came up with that insanity, but that's medicine, guys. You guys understand that? Doc, I don't take any drugs. I'm healthy. Well, how do you feel? You know, my hips hurt every so often, so the over-the-counter stuff. I thought you said you didn't take any drugs. Well, they're not prescriptions. They're just as needed. You're still unhealthy. You should have no pain. You should be vibrant and alive. You should live an extravagant life for yourself and for others, and that's what I want for you guys today. I hope you want it, because you better buckle yourself in this seat, because what I'm going to share to you today is going to do one of 2 things. You're going to get angry at other people when you see what I have to share with you, and that's okay, because weren't you angry in the beginning? What about my thyroid? Why do I have this? But then when you take the anger and you channel it inward, then you'll go, oh, well, let me fix myself. I won't be angry about that. So when I show you how certain companies are making you sick, don't get pissed at them. Get pissed at yourself that you didn't know about it, and then go do something about it for yourself. You guys understand this? I hope you do, okay? So why do I do what I do? Because years and years and years, well, not that long ago, 16 years ago, I got married to my wife, who's also a doctor, Sarah Ernst. And we tried to have kids, okay? Now, Ava was born 6 years ago, so do the math. How many years did I go trying to have children with my wife? 10. Is that frustrating? Has anybody ever been through this? It's like misery, okay? So we wanted to have kids and we couldn't. And you know, we run all the tests and the doctor says, well, you work and she works. But for some reason, it's not working. And we were frustrated, right? So then I started learning about health. Now remember, I haven't been doing exactly what I teach you today for the entirety of my career. In the last 10 years I have, but in the entirety of my career I did not. Okay? I actually started as a cancer oncologist. Isn't that nuts? I was giving people medications to try to fix their cancers, making them worse. And then I had this epiphany moment where I'm like, oh, everyone I work with is dying. I got into medicine to try to help people. This is insane. I quit. Now imagine, all my family is medical doctors, nurses, you know, anesthesiologists, etc. What did they tell me when I said, I'm dropping out of med school, I quit?
You're crazy.
Exactly. And then I said I'm even crazier because where did I say I was going to go? Chiropractic school. Remember, I had this moment. I'm like, I'm healed. I'm going to be a chiropractor. Literally, I've been disowned by several family members. I don't talk to them at all because they don't want to talk to me because they go, you're insane. How could you do this to the family name? If you go to PubMed, you guys know what PubMed is? It's the National Library of Medicine, and you type in my last name and my first name. I have multiple peer-reviewed articles written about fluorouracil, which I researched to try to help people get rid of cancer. That's what I did for a living. And I went, goodbye, I'm done, chiropractic. And then in chiropractic school, I said, this is amazing, but there's more. Who's heard about functional medicine? So I love it. So I went out and I got a second degree. I'm dually degreed. Who cares about that? You have to study to be able to take care of people. Would you agree? I have to have a license that says I can actually tell you, here's how you're going to get rid of your diabetes in 90 days. Do you want to do it? Because if I don't, then people could start coming after me and they could shut the whole place down. But if I'm licensed, they go, no, he's board certified. You can't go after him. He knows what he's talking about. You guys understand? Okay? So this angel comes along. Why is she an angel? Help me out. What color? What color? Huh? Do you guys know? I looked it up. It's a 1 in 1,000 chance. 1 in 1,000. Now, she also has blue eyes, which is another 1 in 1,000 chance because mine are black-brown, hers are brown. And then he came around 17 months ago, and guess what? He has blue eyes, 1 in 100,000. To have 2 children have both blue eyes if you have brown and brown. 1 in 100,000. Now he's a little older. His hair is blonde. This was, I think he was maybe 9 months, something like that. They are my gifts. They are what God gave me as him saying, well done. You fixed your health. You guys understand? And I lost almost 50 pounds. I've kept it off now 11 years, and I've changed lives and people. I looked yesterday, 43,700 and I forget the rest, have come through my clinic in the last 11 years here in Charlotte. That's a lot. I don't know if you guys know that or not. Like, that's a lot for one clinic, okay? Those of you who are patients, you guys are like, yeah, there's always people here. I had to wait one day. This is insane, okay? There's people here, okay? So who knows Napoleon Hill by chance? Wrote this really good book. Who has not read this book out of curiosity? Okay, homework assignment. Oh my God, serious? Homework assignment number 1, Think and Grow Rich. It's a little, okay, get the audio book and skip forward to the sections that you guys want based upon the titles. It's a little boring. It was written in like 1920 or 1925, something like that. But my favorite quote, ready? He says, indecision, doubt, and fear will always come as an unholy, I thought that was really neat, a satanic trio against you. But they're related. When you find one, you'll find the others at hand. Now, here's the thing. Most of us are like, I don't know what to do. Right? Whoops. You're inviting an unholy trio into your life. I don't know how to fix myself. You have got to learn because no one else will teach you. Okay, I will, but no one else will. Okay? Second, what is doubt? Help me with it. Doubt is, again, what? It's questioning. It's the idea of when I tell you this, when I say, ready for this, if you eat a stick of butter a day, every day for a month, your cholesterol will go to normal. By the way, it does. You could go, I doubt that's going to work. Why? Because you have what? Fear. What is your fear if I say eat a stick of butter every day for a month? Just be honest. Go with your gut. What's your fear? Why will I die? My cholesterol will do what? It is a complete lie. It'll go down. Did you know it? I did not know that. So you don't have the decision-making ability because you didn't know. Now watch this. How do we get rid of fear? Make a decision that has no questioning. Stop questioning how to do things and just decide. Decide. Right now you get to decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to write it down. Stick of butter every day for a month. My cholesterol will go down. Now honestly, ready? There are two types of people in the world. There's the type that comes to a fork in their life, right? And they go like this. I can go this way or I can go this way. And the poet, Robert Frost, said you should go which way? Okay, who agrees, though, the road less traveled is a little weird? Because there's, like, not a lot of people there. And they're all the ones that smell like patchouli oil, and they meditate, and they drink smoothies, and they only eat vegetables. And you're like, I don't think I can do that. I'll go this way. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to show you the road less traveled. And you today have to squash your fear, crush your doubt, and do what? Make a decision. And the decision is going to be, do you want to take the next step? For some of you, if you're young into this process, the next step is come to another one of my events. Learn more. Some of you are here today because you're like, no, I want to come into your office. And I conveniently said, sorry, you have to come to the event first because I can't just let you come into the office. You don't know enough yet. And please come to this event. I actually have two people here today that are like, oh, no, I already want to book an appointment with you. You just said I have to be here. So I'm here because I will do whatever it takes. Does that make sense to you guys? Now, you all have an opportunity to potentially meet with me if you want. And some of you have already looked into your packets and you're like, oh, my God, $897. This is insane. You already kicked into what? You kicked into your fears. I can't afford it. I don't think I could do this. Oh, my God, I can't make a decision. Stop it. Right now, I will give you discounts. I will pay for tests for you guys. Are you okay if I share that with you later? Okay, great. Okay? There's a rule that says this. If there are 100 people in this room and I give you the exact answer for your health, let's say yours is thyroid and yours is diabetes and yours is heart disease, and I go, was I good? Was it right? Oh, okay. Sometimes it is. And I go like this. Here's the thyroid solution kit. Go do it. Here's the diabetes solution kit. Here's the heart disease solution kit. The statistics say this. Ready? There's a 90% chance likelihood they won't do it, even though I told them everything to do. And why is it? Why won't they do what I tell them to do? Help me with it.
Fear. Commitment.
Not necessarily commitment, right? Well, commitment's a fear. I'm afraid I can't commit to this. That's fear. Where does the fear come from? I don't think it's going to work, Doc. But where does the doubt come from? Programming from your doctors, the television, your hospitals. Trust me, I was programmed too. I used to think you're supposed to have breakfast every day because it's the most important meal. Can I share with you this? It is the least important meal. In fact, it's the important one if you want to get sick. If you eat breakfast, you're going to get sick. Your body was not designed to have breakfast. I know, right? My oatmeal. Doc, what about coffee? You can have coffee as long as you put what in it? Butter and fat. Because you want your cholesterol. I know, right? So you're going like this. That's insane. He's ridiculous. How do I get out of here? Trust me. 43,000 people I've helped turn their life around. It works. You know why it works? I didn't come up with it. This is not my protocol. This is God revealing to me things and me doing the research and going, oh my gosh, they actually published a study that says when you eat butter, your cholesterol goes down. How come your doctor didn't read that? Because what studies do they read? Listen, I love medicine as far as people, profession, etc. I have a lot of medical doctors that have patients. Why does a medical doctor not read the study that says butter makes your cholesterol go down? Someone help me with it. I heard way too much at once. I heard they don't make money. Pharmaceutical companies are giving them the research to read. That's the real answer. So who controls the doctors in this country? And who controls the pharmaceutical country? You guys know what I'm trying to say. No. Be careful. The money controls the pharmaceutical company. Ready? Where do they get their money from? No. You. When you say, yes, doctor, I'll fill the prescription, you are paying them to pay your doctor. It's you. You are the one in control. If you want to take down Big Pharma, imagine if every person on the planet stopped taking drugs, in about a month, all of them would go out of business. Who keeps them alive? You are. So I want you to take the action today, and you've got to say, well, that's weird. I don't know that I like this, but just trust me. Please trust me. And I know you're like, how can I trust you? I don't even know you yet, okay? Let God tell you if you should trust me. He will always steer you in the right path, and it will always be the road less traveled. So what are we going to do today? I'm going to show you 3 causes of every condition under the planet. Every single one of them is only caused by 3 things. I know it's hard to say. There's one main cause. There's 3 roots of that cause. Does that make sense to you guys? So there's one main cause, and there's 3 roots. We're going to talk about the 3 roots. And then I'm going to show you why you've never been tested for them. But hopefully you guys understand. Your medical doctor will not say, hey, let's run this test on you, because if I find what's causing your health issue, I don't have the answer. Not that we're going to lose money. I can't tell you what to do, because my job is not to fix you, it's to manage your disease. You guys understand that? I've used this before. They manage your disease. MD. Manage your disease. Okay? That's what they do. That's all they do. Now, how do you fix yourself then? You have to get the right tests, and you have to understand one of the legs, one of these 3 is toxicity. Hey, real quick, I know you guys take notes, but look up at me right now. If I drank a gallon of bleach right now, where would I go? So can toxins harm us? Is bleach a toxin? Do you guys drink bleach on a daily basis? Yes. Yes. You're going to see it. Yes. Stop drinking bleach on a daily basis. Doc, I don't actually drink bleach. You do. It's just highly diluted in the form of public city tap water. No, I don't drink that. I drink Dasani. Dasani is tap water run through a filter. That's all it is. It's tap water. Okay? And I'm going to show you how to reverse your current issue and how to prevent anything from ever happening. Because there's 2 types of people in this room. There's people here that have a health issue diagnosed that want to get rid of it. Would you agree? And there's those of you who go, I don't ever want to get sick. I want long, healthy life. So I got to show you the same thing that's going to give you a long and healthy life is the same thing that's going to fix your condition. Isn't that wild? Medicine says, no, you have this condition. You must take this drug. You have a different one. You need to take this one. It's different. It's too combobulated. It's a this for that world. And I'm telling you, it's a this for this world. It's one thing. One thing that has 3 roots. Everybody okay with this? Okay. Because each of you have different entrances, okay? Some of you are here today going, Dr. Ernst, I need to meet with you. In fact, I've already paid for your appointment fee, but you're making me come to this thing, which you'll see why in a moment. Because once you finish this, you're going to go, oh my God, I understand everything you're going to do. And it takes the time that I meet with you on the first visit. Instead of it being 2 hours, now I can do it in like 20, 30 minutes, okay? I can see more people the more educated you are. Would you agree? Okay, but some of you are here like, I still don't have a clue what you're talking about. We're going to talk about toxins today. It's like the main theme. But I could spend the next 17 hours going over everything on this planet that's making you ill with your health. The reason I want you to potentially decide to consult with me is, well, then I only have to talk about it that quicker because I can go straight to it. Does that make sense? So why do I offer you guys appointments? To answer your questions specific to you. A toxin, just so you guys know this, did not exist in the human language until the 1900s. We didn't even know that something was toxic in the 1800s because we didn't have toxins the way we have them today in the 1800s. Can I get an amen on that? Like you guys, okay, I understand. Now watch, ready? By definition, a toxin is an antigenic poison. It means your body produces an antibody response. You go, that's not normal, attack it. Does that make sense? Antigenic means to create antigens, which means if it's a virus, you will create antibodies. So is a virus a toxin? Yes. By definition, yes, because it says it's designed to do what? Cause disease. Now here's the risk with this, because again, it's a medical definition. Does a virus cause disease? Does a virus cause disease? Does the flu virus give you the flu? No. The inability for your body to react, making the antigens, knocking it down, is why you got the flu. You guys understand? All of you have viruses inside of you right now. Why aren't you expressing them? Because your immune system is strong enough at whatever level it's at. Now, some of you need stronger ones, because I had an email with someone who said, I get constant respiratory infections. I have 6 to 7 a year. I can't figure out why I keep getting them. You're constantly under a stress of stuff. Why does this person get 6 or 7 infections? Because their immune system is weak, strong enough to push it back, but then it's like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. If you are constantly having sinus issues, allergies, because by the way, is pollen a toxin? You should not react to pollen at all. When you're healthy, you could go and be okay. When you have your health, your body works the way it was designed to. I don't know about you, but when God made the Garden of Eden, he didn't go, first I create man, then I create women, then I create pharmaceutical companies because they're going to be sneezing all the time. He didn't do that. You guys understand? Now watch. Can a toxin be alive? Mold, bacteria. So we have living toxins, and then we have all these guys that, are they alive? No. Because they are dead, they create death. It's tough. These are the most toxic things you can put in your body. Again, the bleach analogy, right? What if I took a 30-pack of antibiotics today? I don't want to take them over the month. I don't have that kind of time, Doc. I'll just take them all right now. What happens? Let's be honest. Like that. What if I took all the blood pressure meds for the month right now? So what happens on the 30th day when you take them one a day? It's a slow poisoning. It's a slow death, right? So we have two groups. The non-living toxins and the living toxins. I am not going to talk about these today because your body was inherently designed with a pathway to get rid of living toxins. Would you agree? You're supposed to fight these off. Now, some of you can't, and that's a big, big problem. It means your immune system is weak. No, it doesn't, Doc. I have a strong immune system. If you are getting infected with stuff, your immune system is weak. Can I just get an okay, I agree with you from you guys? Okay? Now, I used to get this stuff all the time. I had like this junk grow in my throat. Why? Because I was sick. Because I was taking these things all the time. So I'm going to focus today primarily here and then teach you something. You were not designed to have that put into you. So can you naturally detox this? No. But can it be pulled out of you? Yes. But you were not designed to have this in you. Nor were you designed to have this in you. Your body treats your drugs as if they're poison and instantly says, get rid of this. And what we do as physicians is we try to stop that process from happening. How can I change a drug so it stays in you longer? I'll extend the release. I'll coat it with a coating. They try to make it so your body can't get rid of the drug, when in fact all it's doing is like, what have you done to me? Get rid of this. Why do our livers fail? Because your liver's your detox pathway. Why do so many of us have kidney issues? Do you guys realize the DaVita dialysis empire is all over the place? Yeah. I see them build these 40,000 square foot clinics, and it's just to flush people's kidneys because they're killing themselves. We should have 40,000 health center clinics teaching people how to get off their drugs. That's my vision for the next 10 years. Okay, watch. When you're toxic, your body is so smart, it says, well, I can't get rid of this. So what should we do with it? It will go, oh, perfect, I have an idea. I'll put it inside of a fat cell. Fats can hold toxins. Did you guys know this? So when I have a lot of toxins, I will be what? Now, when I change my diet and I exercise, I might decrease my size, but did I do anything to get the toxins out? So my body will go like this. What the heck have you done running 6 miles a day? You're making the issue worse. So I will put all the fat back. And then you will go, well, I guess this diet didn't work. I guess the gym isn't working anymore. No, your body's going, what have you done? I put the fat here to save your life. Then you say, well, I'm sick of exercising. I'm going to go to cool sculpting. I'm going to go to the liposuction people. They'll suck all the fat out. What happens to people who do that? It comes right back because it is not a detox. Okay? You have to learn how to say what is in here. And actually, you don't have to exercise, nor you do have to do any sort of dieting. You just have to pull the toxins out, and your body will go, let go of all the fat. Remember when I said you could lose 30 pounds in like a month? We don't force it off of you. We say, wait a second, the fat's full of A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let me teach you how to pull that out of your body, and then your brain goes, I don't need the fat anymore. Come on, right? That's way too good. That's God's design. That's huge, isn't it? But why aren't people doing this? Because it takes work to discover what that is, isn't it? What if I told you that a toxicity test can range between $7 to $1,000 to just look to see what toxins are inside of you? A 97%er will say, gosh, I'm a little afraid I can't afford that, so I'm not going to make the decision to do it. You guys see how it's connected? The indecisiveness comes from the doubt and the fear. Crush it. I will pay for some of your tests. We're actually going to give one away for free today. Does everybody have their little coupon thingy with the number? Okay, that's a $700 test. I'm going to pay for it with my credit card for one of you to get it run. But don't let that hold you back to go, well, I didn't win it, so I'm not going to run it. I'll help you to discount it. Okay? 3 big ones that you need to pay attention to. Heavy metals, the tough ones to pronounce, right? Organophosphate and phosphanoglycine. What is that? Pesticides, herbicides, the Roundup glyphosates, and commercial products that you guys are putting onto you that you must investigate to see if they're toxic. I'll show you how you can do this, okay? Can I sit here and show you every product under the planet and if you should use it or not? No, there's 80,000 of them. It would take me, like a month and a half if I did that. But I'll show you how you can do it on your own. Here's what I suggest. You go to your house, you take everything that's in your bathroom cabinets, and you put it onto the countertop, and you grab one, and you go to the website, and you type it in, and it will tell you if you should throw it away or if you should keep it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm going to show you the website. Come on, that's worth like $1 million right there. Okay? And it'll also tell you which ones you can use as a substitute. Okay? And then the cleaning products. I was sitting out there waiting for all of you guys to come in, and look, I love this hotel, but the lady's like walking by, right? And I'm like, oh, did you guys smell it? It was horrible. And so you're being surrounded by these things, especially when you go to other places, okay? Now, heavy metals. So again, we're going to start at the top. So number 1 are metals, okay? Number 2 are the pesticides and the herbicides. And number 3 is what? Products, okay? And cleaning agents, okay? So I'm going to spend maybe 20 minutes here, and then most importantly, I'm going to show you how do you find out if you have too much of this stuff inside of you. You think that's good to know? Yeah. And then how to get rid of it. Is that fair? That's our day today, okay? Whew. Okay, I don't mean to offend any of you, but I grew up in the era where these things were what they put in people's teeth, okay? Just if you're okay showing of a show of hands, who has this in their mouth right now? Okay, a lot of us do, all right? Now, did you know that it has mercury inside of it? Okay, but your dentist is telling you what? It's completely safe. There's nothing wrong with it. Really? Did you know right now that you can't buy a thermometer that has mercury in it anymore? Why? Because if it breaks, it's poisonous to the vapors. Watch this. If I have one, if I kept one as a vintage, replica, or not a replica, but like as a souvenir, and I cracked it open and I poured it on the floor, did you know technically this hotel is supposed to call OSHA? They evacuate the entire building, and they put scrubbers and vacuums in the room for a week before they're allowed to come back in. And your dentist says it's totally fine that it's in your mouth. They are highly untrained in regards to toxicity. Look, I had this issue myself, and I work with a lot of patients that have them. Can I show you something about mercury? They're always put into specific teeth, the ones that have the cavities, right? What is the most common tooth to have a cavity? Do you guys know? Which ones? Upper or lower? The upper and the lowers, by the way. And it's usually the ones where? In the back, okay? Now, if you watch this, this is a dental map of your mouth. So your first tooth is your wisdom on the top right side. That's how they number them. Top right wisdom. Most of you probably don't have that tooth. So your first tooth is this one. Real quick, how many of you know right now if your top right back tooth has a filling in it? That's connected to your parathyroid gland. The next tooth is connected to your thyroid gland. If you have a filling here, you absorb it through the nerve roots, and the mercury goes directly to your thyroid. What is the #1 prescribed drug in the United States today? Synthroid. #1. It beat Crestor 2 years ago. It is now the #1 most prescribed drug on this planet. And most people that I work with go, yeah, I have one here. Or they'll come down here and they'll say, no, doc, mine's on the lower side. Where does it go? Pancreas. Diabetes. Oh, the second highest disease that we see today. So all you have to do is just say, which tooth do I have? And then, now we got to know, what do we do about it though, right? Yeah. But now what happens? Ready? Go to your dentist, take the filling out, and have them replace it with the non-toxic one. You might say, gosh, doc, that could cost a lot of money because I have 7 of them. Okay, that's for you to decide. I don't think it's a lot of money. I think diabetes is a lot of money. I think thyroid is a big deal, a lot of money. When you have thyroid cancer and you have diabetes, you guys know it's like $30,000 to $40,000 a year the average person spends a year to manage those things, when you could spend half of that and get all the fillings out of your mouth. But then here's the problem. Just because they're out of your mouth doesn't mean it's out of your body. No, you just remove the source. Now you got it all inside here. You got to get it out. Okay? So watch, okay? They have connected mercury to the following symptoms. How many of you would say, gosh, yeah, I get anxiety every so often, and I got digestive issues. I don't know about you guys, this is common. I work with people a lot. Almost everybody goes, yeah, wait, my ears, the ringing is coming from the fillings. There's a high likelihood, if your ears are going, that you have the mercury hitting the nerve. High likelihood. I see tinnitus clear out often the moment the filling's taken out. The second it's out, the dentist will go, and they'll go, whoa, I can hear. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, lead is another big heavy metal. That's a big deal, yes? Okay, Flint, Michigan, you guys remember this? By the way, Flint was just the tip of the iceberg. A lot of the cities have the issue. It's just nobody's talking about it. Guess what lead does? It makes you have headaches. You get irritable. You can't feel things, numbness and tingling, etc. We get often agitated, and here's the big one. If you're saying to me, I'm having a hard time sleeping, I can't fall asleep, I can't stay asleep, I don't know why I can't sleep, I take all the sleep aids, it's not working, you have lead in your body. I guarantee you. Because I had lead in my body, and I couldn't sleep. I guarantee you, 100% chance that if you say, I can't sleep at night, I can't stay asleep, and I can't fall asleep, Lunesta's not working, the green butterfly's not working, all that stuff's not working, you have lead in your body. Okay? Where does this connect to your health? Okay, I go to the science, partly because I used to do this stuff for a living. I would write these things physically and publish them. That was what I did for a job. And so I said, well, wait a second, okay? Is there any research showing that lead and mercury is causing health issues? And you know what's fascinating? It's all over the place. So watch this. 2011, association between lead in your body and blood pressure in hypertensive patients. They found the direct connection. The higher your lead, the higher your blood pressure. Fascinating, isn't it? They also found out that heavy metals like mercury, lead, and cadmium actually cause cardiovascular disease. Now, what are you being told causes cardiovascular disease? What makes people have heart disease? Diet and lack of exercise, and you're eating too much fat. It's an absolute lie. Absolute lie. Lead is directly connected to your risk for heart disease. Heavy metal poisoning and cardiovascular disease. Guys, this is not brand new research. It's 2011. I don't know about you, but your doctor should be telling you, you have high blood pressure. We should probably check you for metals. And they don't do it because there's no prescription drug to get the metals out. That's why they don't do it. What about thyroid? Okay. Do we use rats and mice to determine how things work in the human body? Yes or yes? Okay, so if this says that mercury, thimerosal, by the way, here's another thing medicine likes to do. They like to name it something you probably wouldn't call it. So if you search for mercury and thyroid, this didn't come up. Now I know 7 different names for it. So I went, oh, there it is. So thimerosal is also known as mercury. And they said it wrecks your thyroid hormones. The endocrine disruptive nature of mercury is a thyroid gland, an endocrine gland. Yes or no? Is a thyroid gland an endocrine gland? Yes. What else is an endocrine gland? Your pancreas, your brain. Anything that secretes a hormone is an endocrine gland. Your ovaries, your testicles. So we have the mercury affecting our endocrine system, and we have heavy metals being connected to toxicity, and they are creating health issues. God, like right in front of us, but nobody's reading it. How about diabetes? Because it's a big deal. Metals in urine and diabetes in the U.S. I mean, it doesn't get any plainer than that. Where they said, we find mercury, lead, and thallium in diabetics, and it affects it, and there's a direct relationship to something called metabolic syndrome. What is metabolic syndrome? Do you guys know? Yes, what is it?
Well, I actually have 2 kids with mitochondrial disease.
Yes?
So, yeah, your body is not metabolizing
Yeah.
properly.
It's not physically making energy, it's not letting the hormones work, and it's called pre-everything disease. When you have metabolic syndrome, you end up getting all the big players: heart disease, cancer, diabetes, MS, etc. And I've worked with mitochondrial disorders, just so you know, and it is turnaroundable. Is that a word? You can turn it around. You can turn it around. I just coined that. Facebook, that's my word. Don't take it. Okay? I'm going to share with you some transparency, right? Remember we said we couldn't get pregnant? You guys remember that? Okay? This is my wife's test. And what's her lead doing? Now watch. 2 is considered normal. Holy smokes, 41. My lead, 42. Where did I get lead from? I know, right? Why? Where would I get lead in my body from? Somebody help me with it. Lead comes from what?
Water pipes.
Water pipes, which means I'm drinking water that has lead in it. It also comes from what?
Paint.
Yes, but usually paint that's older than 1972 is when they took it out, okay? Mom is the big one. My parents grew up in the lead generation. Now watch this. Lead takes exactly, and you're gonna laugh at the number, 7 generations before the initial dose. Let's say the dose was 41, okay? If my mom was 41, my birth will inherit some of this, 30. My son will inherit 20. His son will inherit 10. His son will inherit 5. His son will inherit 2. His son will inherit 1. And his son will be clean. 7 generations, biblically, it's a complete number. But the problem is we are still being exposed to lead all the time, so we can't break the generational curse. Now, can you pull lead out of your body? Yes. But you can't take a medication to do it because, I hate to say, some medications have lead inside of them. Insane, isn't it? Did you know we used to give people mercury as a drug? It's ridiculous, isn't it? Absolute ridiculousness. So if I never tested this, I would never know that this was why we couldn't get pregnant, because it disrupts your endocrine glands. You guys understand that? My sex hormones weren't working, and nor were my wife's. Her ability to hold this child was broken because of this. We got rid of it. Boom, the gift came, right? Everybody pull your tickets out. Why I'm doing this right now is I'm going to give one of these tests away. Now listen, look at me real quick. You guys understand that in order for me to order a test for you, you technically have to be a patient. I can't just order tests on random people. Okay, so I'm giving you, one person, I'm giving you a free consultation, an application for care, the ability to chat with me and to say, welcome aboard, patient. We're going to rock your world as we figure this stuff out. And then I will order the test for you. I will pay for it myself, and I will coach you for 1 month on how to get rid of it. The retail cost is $700 for the test, right? So here we go. I don't want to pull this. Let's see. What's your first name? Could you mind coming up just for a minute, Stephanie? Can we give her a round of applause? Okay, Stephanie, if she wins this, will be taken out back. I'm just kidding. That's if you win it yourself. Just pull one out, and we'll see who gets this. Okay? I like to give stuff away, just because it's fun, right? I feel like God has gifted me, so I should be able to gift you. Okay, 20. Go grab your ticket. 205-016. Oh, there it is. Drew himself, the man. Okay, just sit there, okay? Take your ticket when we're done. to them, and you'll get a certificate, and then you'll get all the instructions, okay? Now, I said to you guys, like, you're all like, Drew. Okay? I can still help you, and I can still discount the test, okay? If I gave it away free to all of you, guys, I would go bankrupt, okay? Do you guys understand this? Think about it, $700, 1, 2, 3, like, come on, okay? But you can get discounts on the test. We discount the test down to $200. That's a great deal, by the way, because that's what the lab charges me if I pay for it by myself. It's crazy, isn't it? They discount labs if doctors run them, but they charge you a fortune. Who knows this company? Okay? Now, we're switching gears. We're switching gears. Are you guys okay? Now, we know what they are. We know where they come from, but I still haven't told you how to get rid of them. I'm going to do that at the end. Are we okay with this?
Yeah.
At the end, okay? Now, pesticides and herbicides. The largest herbicide used in the United States comes from this company. I was thinking about writing a book calling it Engineered Disease, and I think I'm actually going to do it. Engineered Disease. How the industry is making sickness, illness, and disease, and they're putting it into you so that you pay them indirectly through your doctors, your pharmacy visits, and your drugs, okay? It's going to be a book I'm going to write. It'll come out soon. Watch. This is going to shock you, okay? This is the graph, multiple, of the amount of glyphosate use, Roundup, in the United States. 2010 was when all of this was done. Now, again, I'm a research junkie. You're not going to find this on the internet, by the way, until I put it out there, okay? I had to dig and dig and dig and dig and dig until I hit this jackpot. And I found the study that they're being sued for come June of this year. Did you guys hear this news? Yeah. This year in June, 380 individual lawyers are filing 380 lawsuits in June of this year to say it causes cancer. And I'm here to tell you it causes more than cancer. Watch. This is the rates of liver cancer in the United States. Look at the rate that glyphosate has started to work. Here's what's going to really shock you. It is a 1-to-1 drop. The years that we actually sort of cut back, we saw little dips in autism a couple years later. And then we would ramp it, we would cut back. Autism follows it exponentially to the cent. Autism.
I apologize, I missed what Monsanto is.
Monsanto is a company that makes Roundup. And they make a bunch of other stuff. They are the genetic modification company for all seeds in the United States. You guys know when they genetically modify a seed, they make it infertile so that you can't regrow it. Have you ever tried to grow, say, my daughter's doing this as a science experiment, science in first grade, crazy, right? Science experiment for a school. We have a non-organic avocado seed, and we have an organic avocado seed, and we put them into water. You guys know it takes weeks, 8 weeks. The non-organic one still hasn't sprouted. The organic one has a 6-inch root and 2 leaves coming out of it in 6 weeks. The other one is genetically modified to be infertile because the farmer will have to then buy the fertile modified seed from Monsanto. We're getting to the point where there aren't going to be any more heirloom seeds, where I could plant corn, grow the corn, keep it, replant it. Pretty soon you won't be able to do that anymore. It's crazy. Now look, what this is, why? Because it's all about control of food. Because if I control food, I control everything. Do you agree?
Yeah, but if you're doing it yourself and continue to.
You won't be able to because they can cross-mix. If I have an organic farm that's next to a Monsanto farm, the wind will blow the seeds next door, the pollen, and now it's become hybridized and you lose your whole crop. They do it for a reason. Watch. The amount of glyphosate used in the U.S., direct connection to celiac disease, diabetes, dementia deaths, the number of times people have to go to the hospital, autism, and cancer. Glyphosate, Roundup. Now, I hope none of you spray your home with Roundup. Some of you are like, not anymore. This year, in June, 380 lawsuits are going directly after Monsanto in the United States. Finally. The problem is they have a ton of money. And I bet you, unfortunately, it's not enough. They need 300 million thousand to come after them. Guys, Monsanto is massive, massive. They have more money than the government has in the United States right now. And they own half of the government because people that used to work for them are now in the government. Okay, so Where do we get Roundup from right now? Just take a deep breath, okay? The reason grains are so dangerous today, okay? 40 years ago, 50 years ago, I could say, have some whole grains and you'd be good. Now you have to say no to grains because we use it to dry the seeds so that we can produce more grains. Roundup is a desiccant. It dries things. Who's ever cut a potato that's raw and living and seen a little bit of water come out of it, right? So if water gets into a fryer, what happens? Bubbles over. So how will I fry this without it bubbling over? I'll soak, watch out, I'll soak the potatoes in Roundup because it dries the potatoes. And then I'll cook them, and you will go, well, that's not a grain, so I'm okay. No. Anything that has Roundup attached to it is a toxic poison. And what has it is corn, soy, wheat, oats, and potatoes. Corn, soy, wheat, oats, and potatoes. Dr. Ernst, I don't understand. I eat a whole grain bagel muffin. It might have Roundup on it. My doctor said I'm supposed to eat whole grains to stop my diabetes. Don't do that. Trust me, don't do that, okay? This meal is a Roundup meal. There's high fructose corn syrup in here. You have a high likelihood it's genetically modified corn to have more fructose. And so because it's modified, they spray it because it can live in the presence of Roundup. They modify it to live in their pesticide. Does that make sense? So we are eating Roundup. Now here's what's really cool. Can you test for the presence of Roundup in your body? Yes, but you have to stop eating crap. Carbonated beverages are full of the modifications of the corn, and the Roundup is found in it. Did you guys see the post I put on Facebook like 2 days ago? How every U.S. wine has been tested and found positive for Roundup. If it comes from the United States, it has Roundup in it. Because we use it. Now, you go to France, they make good wine, don't they? You go to France, it is illegal to use Roundup on grapes and other things. Why is it legal in the U.S.? It's a U.S.-based company that has lobbied the laws to say, I'm going to poison you, and you're going to think it wasn't me, and you're going to think you're getting older, and you're going to go to your doctor, and they're going to poison you more by giving you medications, making you more toxic. Guys, it is a sick system, but you can get out of it easily. Easily. You can just unplug the little matrix thing and go, oh, I'm free. It's that easy. Crap. Carbonated beverages, refined sugars, anything that's artificial, and anything that's processed. I could do 5 hours on food. It's that easy. You guys know what is crap that you're eating. Trust me, you know what it is. Okay? Why are you still eating it? Because you don't know that you shouldn't. So you have the doubt possibly, well, I don't think this is that bad. I only eat this, brownie once a month. I'm okay. Once a month is still not enough in my world. If I took a hit of cocaine once a month, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. So stop poisoning yourself, okay? Can you test for the presence of Roundup in your body? Yes. There is something new. It also looks for other toxins called melanoaldehyde urinary test kit. If you go to LabCorp and you say, can you run urinary melanoaldehyde, it is about $800 if you ask your insurance to pay for it. It's crazy. $800 for one test. You know why it's so expensive? They don't want you to know about it. They will jack the prices up on tests that will show you cures, and they'll say, we do not cover that. So if I have Medicare, if I have Blue Cross, if I have Aetna, and the doctor tells me, look, this test you want to run, it's not covered by your insurance, an uneducated, she's highly educated, because I know her personally, a highly educated person would say, I don't care if they pay for it or not. I will pay for it. Okay, but what just happened for some of you? I don't know that I can afford that. That's an expensive test. That's the doubt, that's the fear from the indecisiveness. I include this test in the new patient consults. I just go, you know what, it's too important. Please take this home, gather a little bit of your urine, drip it in the vial. If it turns red, you have glyphosate and other toxins in your body. This is 2 people who came to my last seminar. Is that red? Oh, yeah. That's like blood wine red. That's a lot of glyphosate and poisons in this person's body. Is that red? Every single one that I run is red. I have to date never had a new patient come in and say, it was clear. Never. But did you guys know that you could even get this tested? No. I know. So now you know. Now here's the famous quote, right? Once you know something, it is now your moral and ethical obligation to do something about it for yourself. If I show you something that you now have information on, your job is to make a decision. I wonder if I should get that test. Listen, I'll tell you, if it's positive and I show you how to get rid of it and it goes down, guess what happens? You get off your drugs, you heal, you lose weight, you feel better, you can have your life, you can be an impact for kids, and it's worth everything then. Who cares about $800? Does that make sense to you guys? That's where I'm at. I don't know if you're there yet, but that's where I'm at. Now, it's not just what we're putting in our food, guys. We're switching. And again, I could do hours upon hours on just this. So I'm going to shorten it and give you some homework so that you can do this to yourself. Ready? These are the top 12 chemicals that are found in most beauty products. And a lot of men are like, oh, I'm safe. I don't use beauty products. Yeah, you do. You still use deodorants and shampoos and lotions and creams. Trust me. Guys use beauty products just like women do. They just wear different ones. Some of them wear the same ones, and that's a different story. When you look at this, there are 12 known toxins that are found in most products. Okay? Of them all, the most dangerous are all of them, unfortunately. That is an antibacterial. This is an agent that causes cancer. That is formaldehyde, which you might be like, really? In my beauty care products? Okay? This is something that causes cancer. This wrecks hormones in your body. This causes cancer. Depending upon the flavoring agent, it could cause cancer. Cancer. Okay, so we wonder why the cancer rates are so high in the U.S. We like to look good on the outside, and we don't pay attention to how we look on the inside. I'm going to ask you to flip it. If you want your outsides to look fabulous, all you have to do is change your insides. And God says, I will bring it to the front for you, because that's how it's built, okay? Write this website down. EWG.org. It's easy. Environmentalworkinggroup.org. They have a national database of every product you could ever want to look for. Now, again, he has different deodorants and lotions and creams than she does, so I can't do all of this for you. You have to do it, okay? So step number one is you go to the website, you put Skin Deep, they have a database, and then see where it says search 74,182 products? Type in what you have in your hands. And then you might come and find something like this. Now, when I was younger, okay, when I first got married, I used this regularly to shave my face because it smelled good and I liked it and it was manly and there it was, right? Okay? Because it's for men, it's Neutrogena, etc. I found out that it is one of the most dangerous. 9 is the highest score you can get, by the way, on how bad it is. And I used to use this stuff all the time. And what does it say the biggest issue is? And I couldn't have what? Children. I was slathering it on my face going, shut down hormones, shave. When you shave, you guys realize you sort of slightly open the pores. You scrape it. Sometimes you get cut and you bleed. In it goes. Now, I don't know what you're using, but if you have anything in the reds, toss them immediately. But Doc, I just bought it. I don't care. Throw it away. Well, should I give it to someone else? No! It will have 3 colors. Ready? Green means okay. Yellow means I would get rid of it. And red means burn it. Throw it away. Bring it to some toxic waste dump that's safe. Don't do what everybody else is doing, flushing stuff down the toilet, okay? I can't spend all day on this because we'll be here forever. Notice it causes cancer, organ system toxicity. Like, oh my God, right? I use this all the time. I had no idea. Now I shave with coconut oil. And it works. And in fact, it probably heals your face, okay? This is going to scare some of us. Ready? Charlotte City water, okay? Now, if you're like, I'm safe, I don't live in Charlotte, go to the Environmental Working Group and type in their tap water database and type in your zip code, and then you'll be able to see what's in your water. Now, I'm going to ask you guys real quick, okay? I live in Charlotte. I love Charlotte. It's like my favorite city, okay? I love it. It's a great place to live. But they have the most toxic water on the planet, okay? Who can tell me what this is? Hexavalent chromium. What is that? Hexavalent chromium. It is Aaron Brockovich chemical. The very one that she, and this isn't obviously her, it's Julie Roberts, but you guys know, she said, oh my gosh, this small town has a ton of cancer, and we have a plant that's byproduct is hexavalent chromium. And so she said, I need to bring awareness to this. You guys remember this? Okay? It's sitting right here in the Charlotte tap water. How come they're not telling you guys this? Why isn't the Charlotte Water Systems company going on Fox News going, hey guys, we have Aaron Brockovich chemical. There would be mass panic and hysteria. Okay? Yes?
But every year, of course I say, they send us this report.
They do.
I know they say,
Yeah, it's a complete lie. It's a complete lie. Watch this. It's not only just hexavalent it's all of the halide downstream byproducts. When you have a bromoform, it's the toxic version of bromine once it interacts with whatever it interacted with. You guys know when chlorine kills something, it doesn't just poof disappear. It turns into a chloramine. It's attached to the thing. So if we have chloroforms and bromoforms, that's because they use bromine and chlorine to kill the water. You're drinking toxic bromine bleach and chlorine bleach if you're not filtering it out. This is something that's really hard to pronounce, but what do they all cause? Cancer. We have cancer toxins in our water above the EPA and above the FDA's recommendations according to the 2015 stats. The Environmental Protection Agency says it's not supposed to be above this level. 8 of them are. In our what has been known to physically cause cancer. Now, ready? I told some of you, Peter, I was like, I found something this morning. I have to put it in here because you guys are going to get shocked. Ready? I went to the National Database for Cancer because I know where it is. I used to work in the cancer clinics. I worked at the National Cancer Institute in Bethesda. So my access still works. Sorry for them. What I found is this. The state of North Carolina's cancer, rectum, colon, lung, female breast, prostate, all forms of cancers, broken down by county, by incidence, and which one is the highest? Mecklenburg. Where do we live? Mecklenburg. What's the second highest one? Wake, which is in Raleigh. And I Googled Raleigh's database. They have hexavalent chromium in their water. Now, I know a gentleman, his name is Ben Greenfield. His name is Ben Greenfield. Oh, these are some other things, by the way, that are considered contaminants, right? Chromium, fluorides, big deal, right? So all this stuff is in our water. So I have this friend who's a podcaster. He's quite famous. Ben Greenfield. Has anybody heard Ben Greenfield? Ooh, 2. Okay, 3. Ben Greenfield, I called and said, Ben, you own a company that makes whole house filters that gets rid of this junk. Will you help me to help Charlotte and those that come to my event to filter their water? He's like, dude, of course. Like, this is what I do. I help people. And I'm like, look, Ben, your system is kind of pricey. The filter for your whole house is normally $1,900. He lowered the price on his website to $495 for you to buy a whole house filter. Now, if you go to greenfieldnaturals.com and you click on this and you say add to cart, in order to get the hexavalent chromium out, you need to buy the zeolite carbon filter that you would screw into this thing. Okay? It's like 2 of them because there's 2. 1, 2. $174 to buy the filter. And then he's like, okay, I'll help you even more. I'll give a 10% discount code that anybody that comes to your event can use. And it'll be your radio show name. And I'm like, Ben, man, you're amazing. Like, how incredible. Now, I highly recommend that all of you filter your entire house. Why can't we just filter the tap water? Somebody help me with that. Because you're showering in it. And did you know when your water is hot, it vaporizes, right? And what do? You breathe in the hexavalent chromium. You have to filter your whole house. What's the number one thing and the reason why people don't filter their whole house? These suckers are expensive, aren't they? And then you got to change the filters like every 6 weeks. This is an annual filter. It only needs to be changed once a year. Come on, that's cheap. It's cheap. Okay, can I make you go do this? No. Do I have this on my house? Yes. Do you have it on your house? I don't know. I know you guys are doing it. Because we talked about this, right? But watch. Some of you are going to go, it's like you're talking, it's okay, $700 for a whole house filter. I have 2 fillings. God, I don't think I can do this. What are you doing? What are you doing? Doubting and fear, and you're killing yourself. Stop it. You can do this. I went to Best Buy, watch people for a half hour and just watch them buy stuff. My God, like a lot of money goes through that place. Big screen TVs and this and the other. Like, I don't care about you. I will sell every TV in my house and buy this. That's the kind of person I am. I'll sell my car if I have to. You guys know? Like, you have to make the decision. I can't tell you what to do, but I can show you how to get well. And if you go, I don't have the money, I'm retired, I live on a limited income, figure it out. I have patients that have done this. He's done it. And he's going to have his health change. Will you? Will you? Okay, watch. Top 10 diseases in the United States today. And they're kind of scary, aren't they? Because don't a lot of them have to do with toxins? Okay, watch. Hypertension, high cholesterol, arthritis, blah, 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 blah. When you go to your doctor and you say, why do I have this? What do? I don't know why you have it. Or they'll say this. Does your dad have it? Did your dad's dad? That's why. It's in your genes. Leave me alone, please. I don't want to have to tell you the truth, which is I don't know. Heaven forbid an MD was to say, listen, I don't know why you have this, but I listened to this doctor on the radio, and he seems to know what he's doing. I've had this happen. I had an MD call me. He's like, you sound like you know what you're talking about. My patients are getting sick. Can I work with you? I'm like, absolutely. Let's go to lunch. It's amazing. They're starting to learn, okay? So what is the answer now? Okay, what is the answer? Okay, your health is based upon 3 foundational roots, okay? And again, I could spend 6 hours on this, 6 hours on this, and 6 hours on this, or more, but I'm not going to do that to you. It's 12:30. Are you guys all okay? Okay, are we good? Okay. 3 big things, okay? One of them we've been talking about a lot, which is if you're chemically stressed, would you agree with me you're unhealthy? Right. Okay, now you know where all the chemical stressors come from, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of them. But if you're perfectly clean and healthy from chemicals, no lead, no mercury, nothing else, can you still be sick? Yes, so how can that be? Because there's 2 other things that make us sick. It's our spinal nerve system, because tell me if you would agree with this real quick. Does your brain control all the organs in your body? Yes. So does it make sense if I disconnect your brain from an organ, that sucker's not going to work anymore? Yes. If I cut the nerve system connection to your heart, what happens? Somebody help me with it. What happens? Your heart stops and you stop. So it's like there's no like belief about this. And look, when I say nerve system, I'm not talking about chiropractic yet. I'm just talking about the basic human physiology says your brain controls your body. Can toxins get in your brain? Yes. Can you be neurotoxic and have neurological imbalances? Yes. Can you have organ toxicity? Yes. Could your gut be leaking and destroying your health? Yes. These are the 3 big things. 80% of your immune system is your gut. Did you guys know that? 80%. Now, what does our immune system do for us? It keeps you healthy. So if your immune system is weak, one way of me knowing is you have a diagnosis and you take a medication. Because if you had a strong immune system, would you have the diagnosis? No. Would you need the medication? No. So if you take something, you have a weak immune system. No, I don't, doc. I don't get the flu very often. Well, do you get it? Every so often, you're unhealthy. You're unhealthy. You guys understand? So watch. You have to control your gut. You have to get the toxins out. You have to make sure your nerve system is working. So I'm going to show you how to test for this stuff, okay? Do you understand the idea that if I poured your beauty products, your cleaning solutions, and mercury directly into this bowl, that sucker is not going to live for very long? Understand, you are made up of approximately 100 trillion fish bowls. And I'm using it as an analogy. You have cells, C-E-L-L, inside of your body that have something called DNA, the fish, inside of it, correct? Cells, DNA, am I losing people on this? I know somebody's leaving, but cells, are we good? DNA, okay? Fish bowl, that's all you got to think about it. The health of your body is based upon the health and the cleanliness of your cell, okay? Now, what happens is, at the metabolic level, you talked to me about something called mitochondria, right? So wow, I really went ahead, didn't I? So inside of your cell, we're going to zoom in on this thing. You have a membrane that is made of fat. So the outer membrane of your cells is made of fat. God, I can't write today. Fat. Got it? So we have fat, and then we have the inside of your cell, and then you have the outside of your cell. Are we all good? Okay? You have inside of your cell another cell called a mitochondria, and it does one thing for you. It makes energy. So when you have a mitochondrial disorder, you're always like, oh. And a lot of you have mitochondrial disorders, by the way. A lot of you. Especially those of you who I've already seen go like this. It's okay. I'll help you with it, all right? Watch. Toxins have this ability to go where? Into fat. If your cell is made of fat on the outer side, where do the toxins then go? They get into the cell wall, and they fill this thing up, and they clog it, and they cause inflammation. So here sits a receptor for insulin, and insulin is supposed to land in the receptor, correct? And make sugar go into the cell. So what happens? Ping, ping. It can't go in. So your doctor says, oh, I'm sorry, you have diabetes. No, you don't. Did you just get that? Like that right there, $1 million for a diabetic. How do you fix diabetes? You de-inflame the cell wall, and the insulin will do its job. What if it's thyroid, right? So we have thyroid hormones, don't we? T3, T4, that has to convert, etc. That's supposed to land. What does thyroid make your cell do? Somebody help me with it. Thyroid hormones make you what? They make you burn fat when they're working, and when they're not working, they make you store fat. And they also give you energy. T3 is your energy hormone. So why are most thyroid patients always like, oh, I can't remember what you just said to me. I'm so tired. I want to take a nap. And then they can't sleep because they have lead. Trust me, there's an answer for your health, but you might need to get tested, okay? How does the body get rid of toxins naturally? So God, again, designed us to get rid of living toxins, like viruses and parasites and mold and all that stuff. But we weren't really designed to have all the other stuff thrown at us, okay? Our skin will help you to get rid of toxins by allowing you to sweat them out. Can I share something with you guys? If you sweat like a lot when you're just doing nothing, you're side of my body. But the left one would be dry as a bone. And for the longest time, I was always like, what's it? That's weird. No doctor could tell me why. Now, ready for this? Which side of your body is your liver on? Right side. When your liver's clogged up, your system will go, okay, let it come out. As soon as I clean my liver out, guess what? I stopped sweating on the right side of my body when I would sit and do nothing. Now, do I still sweat? Yeah, but I got to run and I got to work at it. Okay? If you sit here and you guys are like pitting out, you're toxic. You're toxic. Okay? Your lungs can breathe toxins out that are volatile. Your lymph, your kidneys can flush water-soluble toxins. Your liver gets rid of fat-soluble toxins, and your bowels are how we can get things out really quick. Watch, ready? If you have diarrhea a lot, you're highly toxic because your body's like, I got to get this out. So how does it do it? Open the floodgates. But you go, I don't like this. I'll take an Imodium, which is toxic, and I'll try to hold it back. And what will happen is you're getting more toxic, okay? We can help you to slow the diarrhea down by binding the toxins, because if they're bound appropriately, your body won't go, oh, now I got to get rid of them real fast. They'll slow down. I can help you to do that, okay? And we know that your colon, of course, ends in the toilet. You guys understand that? So a lot of us are pushing toxins into the water, which is why there's so many toxins in the water supply. Everybody with me on that? Again, remember, you create other people's health issues. So your kidneys are designed to do one thing. Blood flows into them. They have these special filters that who made? God did. That's what I believe. Now you might say, no, we came out of the slime of the earth, and somehow over all these millions of years, we inherently grew these kidney abilities to filter stuff. That's fine if you believe that. I do not. I believe God built us, and I believe he said, you need to get rid of toxins. I'll help you. So these filters are microscopic. You have 100 trillion filters per little blob, and you have hundreds of blobs in your kidney. So the blood comes in, all the waste that's water-soluble gets dumped into your urine. So where does the fat-soluble toxins go? Your kidney goes, I don't touch those. Liver, that's your job. Oops, that's water-soluble. I'll take it, and it goes into your urine. If your urine stinks or it has a weird color, you're toxic. Okay? If you have blood in your urine, you're toxic because what it means is you broke the filter. You punched a hole in it, and so the blood is leaking through. Okay? No, your doctor will say, no, you have a kidney infection. Take this antibiotic. It'll make you worse. The antibiotic will make you worse. Okay? Fat-soluble toxins. This is tough, right? Because fat likes to hold on to stuff. And your body likes to hold on to fat, right? It shouldn't, but it likes to. Some of you are like, I've done everything. I did the paleo rocks and sticks diet. I worked out like crazy. I became a pesca-ketotarian. You guys heard about this? Like there's all these reasons. I was watching last night. You guys see it of all things on PBS. Good for him, Dr. Hyman. Anybody see his little thing last night? He's like, I'm a pegan. And everybody's like, what's a pegan? He's like, it's paleo-vegan. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. But you got it all wrong. Okay, watch. Your liver is designed to take toxins, tag them. So they do this, right? Your liver goes like this. Okay, and look, would you guys agree with me your body is like super duper smart? Like I don't even know everything that it can do. I know a lot that it can do, but even how it does it, we're still learning, okay? If a toxin is fat soluble, here's the brilliance that God said. Okay, in order for your liver to get rid of it, it has to know it needs to be gotten rid of. Would you agree? So it tags them with something called a methyl group. Have you heard of something called methylation? Some of you can't methylate, which means you can't tag. So your toxins just keep flowing through you. So normally, step number 1 is to tag it for removal. So let's say this folder is toxic, and if it still floats in my body, it's going to cause heart disease, thyroid issues, etc. So my body goes, get rid of it. It puts this little thing on top of it, and then your liver's job is to go, hey, I know what that is. So the liver will grab it, it'll process it, and it'll push it into your bile, it'll go in your gallbladder, and then it will go into your intestines, and you will poop it out. Now, some of you don't have gallbladders anymore. That's a sign of chronic toxicity that you didn't address, you didn't deal with it, and your doctor's uneducated, so they cut your gallbladder out. Can you still detox without a gallbladder? Yes, but it's a lot harder. It can still be done, but you need a lot of supports, because when you eat fat, you're going to go, because you can't digest fats. Okay? So first we tag it, then we let the liver get rid of it, and then it dumps it into your bile, and you poop it out. Or it is kidney for water soluble. Here's the problem. Most people I test have a problem where either this isn't working or that's not working. And what they do is they go, well, doc, I'm going to just cleanse. I'm going to do a juice fast. I'm going to eat beets. You guys heard about this stuff? I'm going to go to Whole Foods. Look, it said 7-day liver detox. It was $21. And it comes with these pills in this drink. Okay, it probably has lead in it, number 1. It probably has glyphosate in it, number 2. It probably is toxic for you, number 3. Because there is no detox product that works that's only $21 for 7 days. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to have to tell you this, okay? Can you juice fast and cleanse the liver? Yeah, but you guys know that cleansing is not detoxing? Did you know that?
Yes.
When you cleanse something, you push macroscopic, big items out. So if I have stool in my colon and I drink fiber, I'm cleansing my colon. I'm talking about at the cellular level, all the way down into the membrane where you have this nasty toxin stuck there. You cannot drink juice and pull that out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You cannot take a colon Roto-Rooter packet. You can't. You can't go to colonics and have them hydrotherapy it out. That's cleansing. I love colonics. I have a patient who owns a colonic clinic. It's great to do, but it's not detox. You guys understand that? To detox, you must know what you're going after, which means you have to test it. So watch. There is a mercury detox. There is a lead detox. There is a parasite detox. There is a herbicide detox. You guys understand? It's specific. So how do I know what you need to detox? You have to test it. Okay? Now that's your decision if you want to do it. Okay? And I know what happens. You guys go, oh my God, that's going to be like $2,000. Okay, I will help you with the cost. I will help you with the cost. Okay? One way to test your toxins is to just look at your basic blood work from a functional level. Now, real quick, I need to understand this, okay? If you go to your doctor and you say, hey, can you run my blood work? They're going to run blood work to look to see if they need to give you drugs, okay? Do you guys understand that? So the numbers are skewed to prescribe medications. When I run labs, I look to see function. Is the liver working? How could I tell if your liver's not working? Well, I would see your glucose shoot through the roof, and I would see your A1C is high because did you know your liver's job is to store sugar? So if you have lots of sugar stored in your liver and you have lots of sugar flowing around your body, I know your liver's not working right. Okay, second, we can look at enzymes for your kidneys, creatinine, and C-reactive protein, homocysteine, and find out, are you excreting properly? Is your kidney working? I can do that. Okay? I can look at hormones like TSH, T4, T3, reverse T3, antibodies, vitamin D. So if somebody comes to see me like this patient did, and she goes, your seminar was like, oh my God, like it was amazing. I don't even know everything you know, which is why I'm coming to see you, because you seem to know how to get me well. I want to get well. So she's like, please help me. And I ran this test, and I'm like, well, did you know you have diabetes? She's like, of course I knew. That's why I'm coming to see you. I want to get rid of it. Okay, did you know you're toxic? Well, I know now, but I want to get rid of it. Okay, so I run tests to create baselines for when you come in. So then we go through coaching and therapy, and then we rerun them over and over. You know how cool it is to watch your A1C drop in 2 months when doctors say it takes 6? Do you know how neat it is to see your thyroid go back to normal in 90 days when they say it never happens? I love that stuff. And that's what happens in every single case when I work with someone. So we got to get the toxins out. Now the nerve is big because wouldn't you agree, like the power for your house, if you have an alignment issue electrically, what will not work? Wherever it goes. Okay, so what if this is your washing machine? But is there anything wrong with it? No. But your doctor will say, God, your washing machine is broken. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to bring in some additional electronic pumps. We're going to put a water supply to it from the outside. Wear this bag. It's going to pump water into your washing machine. We're going to stimulate it. You guys understand? Like, we're going to make this thing work because it's not working. No, it does work. It's not connected. I don't know about you, but you just need to go, and it will work. Now, what is that? That is an adjustment. You can adjust electricity. You can adjust your diet. You can adjust your finances. You can adjust your spine. I'm not talking about chiropractic. Don't get bogged up in the, I don't want to do that. That is fake chiropractic in my world. Okay? If you go to a doctor who's a chiropractor and he goes like this, pop, and he goes pop, and he says, do you feel better? You are in the wrong place. You can't feel nerve dysfunction. You can't. Can you feel heart disease? No. Can you feel diabetes? No. When a nerve is damaged, you have to crush that nerve more than 60% before you go, ouch. Okay? Is that a lot of damage to a nerve? Yeah. So if the nerve is damaged at, say, 42%, you will feel fabulous. But your organs are going, no, it's not working. And the brain's going, I can't send the signal. The nerve is damaged. Who's ever gone to like Sam's Club and you're in the back and you're trying to talk to somebody on the phone? It's a big like cement building and you're like, wait, what? Huh? No bars? The phone works. The other person's there, but you can't communicate. When your brain loses communication, it goes, I can't hear it. And if it's trying to make your kidney work, it goes, I can't. Okay, so how do you know if you have nerve damage? Stop letting it be based upon pain. It happens a lot in my clinic. People come in and they're like, Doc, look, everything you do is fabulous. I'm struggling. I don't have all this pain in my neck. You said I had damage to my neck nerves. I don't understand. How can I have it and have no pain? Do you guys understand now? You can literally crush your spine and be pain-free. Okay, so watch. Is this spine in proper alignment? No or no? Okay, the red line is where it should be. Now, I don't know, you guys aren't trained. Some of you are trained. My patients know how to read x-rays. Like, I love it. They can go, there's a problem, there's a problem, there's a problem. Would you agree that it kind of bends to the left, it bends back to the right? This looks a little strange, and the heart is all messed up. See how it's on the right side of the body? Your heart is not supposed to be on your right, correct? So this is a patient who came to see me, And she's like, I have severe digestive disorders. I have acid reflux like you can't imagine. I'm like, yeah, it's right there. That's your stomach. It's completely swollen. You also have heart disease. You know what she said? No, I don't. I don't take anything for my heart. And I'm like, no, you are developing heart disease because you have damage to the nerves that go to the heart. Where is it? Right there and right there. Okay? It's supposed to be straight. That is what you're seeing right here. The nerve is being damaged. So what do? We straighten spines, okay? Just your neck alone controls everything. And most people get headaches, constant infections, they're tired all the time, they're blah, 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 blah. Notice, all of this is controlled just by the nerves in your neck. And what's crazy is even your toes require the nerves to go through your neck. So when I work with someone who has gouty arthritis in their foot, and I go, and they go, huh, it's better. It's because we know how to fix the spine, not for pain, but for position. Is everybody with me on this? Now watch. Here's what most people don't understand. When you look at yourself from this side and you're standing, you're not supposed to be like this. Nor are you supposed to be like this. And this is how most of us end our lives, okay? If you're starting down this path, it means you've lost the curve that God put in your neck. Now, your brain is inside of here. Would you guys agree? This is your skull. There's teeth. There's the nose. There's the eyes, etc. So it comes down and it goes boop right here. Most important area. There's a hole in your skull that lets the brain flow into your neck and then into your body. Now, what I find fascinating is, of course, God is the greatest architect on this planet. Would you agree? In the universe, technically. Why is it curved and not straight? Someone help me with this. Why is it not straight? Yes, pliable, and guess what? It can act like a spring. It can compress and decompress. Because as I walk, what happens? I compress and I decompress. So if my neck is straight, it goes and it damages the nerves. You will always see arthritis and decay when there's no curve in your neck. It is not old age disease. You don't get arthritis because you're 60. You get it because... Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, so look. We can run nerve tests. I can scan right up your back and go, whoops. We have technology today where we can actually see it before you feel it. Now, this was Angela when she came to my office years ago. She's like, I want to work for you. And I'm like, okay, that's good. The only way you work for me, though, is you have to do everything I tell you to do. I'm sorry, you can't work here unless you're healthy and you understand what I do and you can tell other people. So I'm like, let's do an exam, right? Some of you are going to come in and get exams. So my first level exam is I run this thing up your back. And I go, oh my gosh, nerve damage, nerve damage, nerve damage, nerve. You know what she told me? I don't understand. I've been working for chiropractors for years. Tested regularly. Yes, you get crack, crack. Watch what her neck looks like. Is it curved? No. Is there a space open between the bottom of her skull and the top of her neck? No, it's a 100% loss of curve, and she has arthritis. Thank you for letting us share these, by the way. We do this all the time. See how there is a space here? Can you guys see it? A space between the two bones. And then what do you not see here? Now, guess what? That is the nerve that goes to the thyroid. She was running like crazy, not losing weight, because her thyroid is neurologically interfered with. Now, remember, it could be toxic interference, like mercury, etc. What do we see here? Whoops. It could be a gut interference. You guys remember the three legs? It could be nerve, and what I see is, for almost all of you, it is all of them. Okay? So I start really adjusting her. Would you agree it's not crack, crack? Those of you who've been in my office before, right? Like, it's wildly different, isn't it? Okay? I use an instrument. I tap the back of the skull. You have to turn and move and twist and do all these crazy things. And then the best part, right? I love this part. You stand on a plate that vibrates, and we put weights all over you, and it goes, and you move, and you heal. It's amazing. Now watch. This is 2 months. How much weight did she lose in 2 months? See if you guys are paying attention. 35 pounds. Why? Tell me what happened. 0 curve, 21-degree curve. That is a 50% improvement in just 2 months. Most chiropractors that I have coached with and talked to go, how did you do that? Because you know what they do? They go like this. Do you feel better? Does your neck feel better? Yeah, doc, it does. Okay, it must be working then. How many of you have been to a chiropractor before? They x-rayed you, they showed you all the problems, and then they never re-x-rayed you ever again. Why do they not re-x-ray? Because they know it's not going to change. And they know you're going to go, what the heck? They don't do it. It's just like a medical doctor won't run a test to show you what you should do. A lot of chiropractors won't show you they don't know what they're doing. And I'm a chiropractor. You have to do it differently. This is 2015, and of course you've been maintaining this for 3 years now. What does she now have? Come on, what does she have? Now you guys tell me, is that disc better than it was before? Can you regenerate arthritis? You can. If you break a bone in your leg, will it grow back together again? Yes, it will. You kind of shrugged. You're like, I don't know. I doubt you. I still doubt you. Okay, I'm going to pick someone else. I'm going to pick someone else. You know for a fact. Now watch. What will the medical doctor say about regenerating arthritis in your knee? Can't be done. What will it say about your neck? Can't be done. What they should do is finish the statement. We don't know how because we have to manage your arthritis. We are not real doctors. We do not remove disease. Only you can be the real doctor. Listen, I've had it told to me all the time. You're not a real doctor, Dr. Ernst. No, you are. You're the doctor. I'm a coach. I'm a vector. I let God talk through me and speak to you. Do you guys know that before we were here, I got to this hotel at 6 a.m. this morning. I prayed over every single one of these seats. I meditated in prayer for an hour straight to just say one thing. Please talk through me to let someone hear what you need them to hear so they do what you want them to do, not what I want them to do. Okay? Watch. That's the scan that I did after those 2 months. Is it improved? Okay? Have you ever had this level of care and attention put into your life? If you want to, it's as easy as just going, I'd like to talk with this wonderful team that I have over here. They're all half asleep right now. And they will help you to do that, okay? Now, the reason I say you need to test is a lot of people try to guess with their health. Would you agree? I think it's this, doc, so I'm going to go try this. Look, you can waste a lot of time and a lot of money guessing. I did this, okay? When my wife was sick, we spent about $70,000 going all over the U.S. to try to figure out why we couldn't get pregnant. Even the best of the best of the best. We went to Spain to meet this guy who was like this world-renowned endocrinologist. I wasted a lot of time and a lot of money because I was guessing as to what the problem was. Then when I got trained, I'm like, I'll run the test. It came back positive, I fixed it, and now we have 2 beautiful children and I'm teaching other people how to do it. What are the tests that I suggest that you get? Okay? It is the very tests that will tell us, number 1, do you have a toxic issue? Okay? Those are tests 2 ways, urine and blood. Okay, number 2, is your nerve system interfered with? It's an X-ray, and it's what we call a scan. You guys understand? Little colored thingy? Okay? Third, you would need to have your gut checked or your immune system checked for its efficiency, the percentage of its power. Okay? Now, how do we do that? Okay, whoops. More nerve X-rays, etc. Help me if you guys would agree with this. Is this bone out of alignment in reference to, like, that's a massive difference. This person told me that they were having diabetic issues, they had been a thyroid, and they're on 3 blood pressure medications. That's the master nerve in the neck. And I took from a doctor who did x-rays on my neck, and it says, no abnormalities found. And this was the x-ray that they were reading. No abnormalities. Now, how can an MD look at this and say there's nothing wrong with it? Ready? They look to see if it's broken, or if it's broken. When they look at spinal x-rays. Is this broken? No. Is it out of alignment? Yes. If it was broken, they would say surgery. You see how it works? They don't look for health, all right? So, when your brain doesn't talk to your organs, then your organs don't talk to your brain, and we get sick. Make sense? So now, I was working with Barbara for a while, And she's still a patient, by the way. And she came to one of these events just like you guys do. And she's like, look, I know it's a hard event. I have high blood pressure. But like between the blood pressure and my leg is killing me. But technically, her blood pressure is also killing her. Do you guys understand, like, metaphorically? But she's like, if you can help me with the blood pressure, that's great. But my leg is bad. Sciatica down here, etc. And now you got to remember, like legs, most people think I'm going to look where? At the leg. And I went straight to her neck. And I went, that's a 45% loss of curve in your neck. That's a major compression. By the way, the heart nerves come from right here. She has arthritis at that. And I said, Barbara, if you'll allow me, I want to move your neck. Did this thing move? Did this thing move? Oh, my God, look at how much more. Look at this. Boom, boom. And she goes, I've been going to him for 3 years now because she wants to stay healthy and well. After how many adjustments? 3. No more what? And no surgery. And also, I went from 145 to 115. Oh, my God, right? Come on. No more blood pressure issues, off my cholesterol drugs, living the road less traveled. And it's definitely less traveled because your neck is why you had sciatica down your leg. That's hard for the average person. Would you guys agree? How about this one? Diabetes that went away in 3 months. 3 months. Why? What was going on with the nerves to her pancreas? Look at the spine. Look at this. Okay? Now, I help people to move their spines, and then the body heals by itself. And she had an A1C cranking in the 7s, which, if you guys know, is an uncontrolled, wild diabetic. And her doctor said, you need to eat more whole grains, you need to cut out the fat, and you need to go on a diet. And she did it, and there was no change. And it's because you can diet all day long. If the nerves are damaged, what happens? The brain says, I cannot make the insulin work. So we fix the spine, and in 90 days, off all meds. And that was her medical doctor running it. They ran it twice because they were like, it must be a mistake. Literally, yes.
Does any diet or detox with that too? It's not just the spine, is it?
No, she was just the spine. Yeah, move the spine. Here's what's amazing. If you had to pick between the three is most powerful, if I remove toxins, is that important? Yes. If I clean out my gut through dieting, is that important? Yes. But if my nerves are damaged, will those work? No. Because your liver's connected to your spine, your gut's connected to your spine. Can I detox my liver and still have neurological issues and not have the detox work? Yes. What's the number one thing that should change? The spine and detox and diet to clean the gut out.
Because I think we're all stupid enough to say, well, I'll just go home and cut out the sugars.
Right. It's the wrong approach, though. Now watch, though. If your spine is straight, then go do that. How would you know if your spine is straight? Well, how would you know? You come to the office and you get an x-ray and I tell you, your spine is perfect. All you need to do is change your diet and clean out these toxins. Do you guys see this is the kind of programs that I do? But the problem is it goes like this. There's neurological issues. We need to work there. We need to work there. We need to work there. All of you have some degree of nerve issues unless you've been attacking it and going after it by yourself or with somebody else. Does that make sense? So look, I can keep going. Thyroid, I had it literally 7 years ago, thyroid cancer. They threw me into menopause. I was gaining weight like crazy. Dr. Ernst is knowledgeable, up to date. Everything else, I've lost 40 pounds. I highly recommend it. Come on, thyroid cancer. Over here, just 16 minutes ago from when I put the final report into this, which was last night, Dr. Ernst's help and expertise has truly made a dramatic difference with my wife and I. We have both lost 25 pounds and have discovered healthy eating and lifestyle habits. We feel better. We have more energy than we could have ever imagined. That's what life is about. I don't know about you. Come on. Come on, right? So the gut is the third. And the problem becomes when we have an inflamed intestine, we can't absorb our nutrients. It creates an immunological response, and therefore we get sick. Who has not heard of leaky gut? Like, seriously, you guys all know about leaky gut? You've never heard of a leaky gut. Who has never heard the phrase leaky gut? Let's be honest. If there's only 4 of you, 5 of you, then we need to talk, just for briefly, because the rest of you are like, I already know this. Let's get going, Dr. Ernst, okay? When you, right, until I talk to you about it. So here's what happens, okay? Remember I said you guys are hundreds of trillions of cells? Well, your intestines are also made out of cells, but God made them so they are nice and tightly together so that your stool, tell me if you would agree with this, goes to where? To the toilet. Now, what happens if it goes into your blood? So what a leaky gut is where the connections that hold the cells together become damaged and the cells split apart. They start leaking. And you can actually test for this. Now, here's what's amazing. In the infinite wisdom your body has, what will it try to put where the hole is? Fat. Because it says, whoops, you have a hole in your intestine. I will fill it up for you, and hopefully this heals, but you keep doing this, taking more toxicity, eating foods you're sensitive to, taking drugs and all this other stuff. So then you create another hole, so it puts more fat. What is one easy way to find out if you have a leaky gut? Find out how much fat is right here, as opposed to here or here or here. Now, it requires a special scale to do this, but you could stand on it. And for example, another patient who came to my office after this event, she goes, Doc, I need to lose weight. I have diabetes, and I cannot feel my feet. And you guys know when you can't feel your feet, it's called diabetic neuropathies. And if it doesn't get repaired, what do? They take your feet off. So she had a huge why at level 2. I don't want my feet taken away. And I was like, why don't you want your feet taken away? She's like, do I really have to answer that? Come on, it's my feet. Let me think about it. I'm like, no. What would happen if your feet are taken away? Well, I can't. I'm like, okay, let's keep going. 7 down. I found out she wanted to be around for her kids and her grandkids. That's what we all want, right? So I had her stand on the scale. She still has her feet, of course. And she goes, okay, I weigh 210 pounds. Oh my God, I did not know I had 91 pounds of fat on my body. I can tell you exactly how much you have. Now here's the crazy thing. I can show you where it is. Your left leg is 17, your right leg is 17, your left arm is 6, your right arm is 5.6. That's a problem. It's not supposed to be that far apart. And there's 45 of the 91 in your abdomen. What percentage is that? 45 of 91. It's more than 50%. This is the golden rule. Ready for this? Write this down. If you have more than 50% of your total body fat in your intestines, you just tested positive for a leaky gut, which means it's still leaking and it's still filling with fat. This is why so many of us go like this. Well, I can't get this to budge. But this looks good and this looks good. Why won't this go away? It's either filled with toxins or the gut is leaking. Do you guys get this? Okay? So, what happens when we start to do repair? Not just clean out your diet, but fix your nerve tissue and pull the toxins. Well, we start to see somebody pull off what would be considered a miracle. Okay, this is 4 months down to 169 from 210. No exercise at all. I did not send her to a gym. I did not say get on a treadmill. I said fix your health. Exercise will make you more unhealthy because it stirs the toxins around. And most of you don't sweat properly, so you just make it worse. So now, is she magically instantly healed? No. For some of you to fix your health. Yes, now is 4 months a lot of time? No. I don't think so. Is 6? Is a year? Is 2? I don't know about you, but like most of us in this room have been here for quite some time. I'll say it nicely. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years, okay? If you took a year to invest against your X number of years, that's not that much time. Would you agree? Especially if you bounce back and you go, oh, I feel like I'm 30 years younger again, because you will, and you'll be healthy. But you have to do what? Know if you have the problem, okay? Just a few. My hairstylist, right? You guys know hairstylists like to talk, right? I've been seeing Carol for 10 years. It took her almost 6 years to decide to actually become a patient. I go every month, Carol, you keep complaining about you're overweight, you're diabetic, and your life's falling apart. I can help you. She's like, I know you can. I just don't have the time for it. 6 years. And then she finally came in. Okay? And she's like, do not share this with everyone, but I'm still doing it anyway. She gave me permission. She gave me permission. I just got my hair cut. You guys can tell, yeah? I just got it cut. Carol, it's a shout out to you. She works at Edu Hair Salon. I'm not getting paid for this at all. And ready? And I said, you've got to show people this because, oh my gosh. Boom! And that's in 6 months, guys. 6 months, 64 pounds. 64 pounds in 6 months. This is my office manager's mom. She lives in Asheville, North Carolina. How far is that to drive to Charlotte and get tested? Can you guys tell me? 2 hours. Okay, so a 97%er who's watching on Facebook. Look, I have people here in other states that are wanting to meet with me. Okay? I've had people fly in and stay in Charlotte for 2 to 3 weeks to get tested, to get exams and therapies, and then they go home, and I coach them and consult with them. 2-hour drive. You know what she says? I'll do it. She came to the office. We tested her. I showed her what to do. I started working with her. And this was about 1.5 years ago, right? So, wow, amazing. And actually, she's doing even better than this. We just keep asking for photos. I'm looking at my office manager. She doesn't send them. She doesn't send them, right? 26 pounds, no gyms. That is all road less traveled. Would you agree? I show this one because when I asked Cherie, I said, why do you want to lose weight? She goes, I've done the 7 steps. My daughter is about to graduate. And I'm ashamed to be at her graduation looking like this. She goes, I've got to change my life for her. And I was like, guess what? Ooh, let's do it. Let's do it, right? Come on. 210 to 160. It is not a weight loss program. It is a health program. Fix your spine, get rid of your toxins, clean out your gut, and it works. It's the trilogy that God revealed to me. It's the trinity of health. It's the 3 things you must do if you want health, wellness, abundance, everything else for your life. You must do it, either with me or at some point with someone else. I hope you pick the road less traveled. Just to show you the research, guys, did you know that if your gut's leaking, you'll wake up in the morning and you'll go, God, it's so stiff. But by about 1 o'clock, you're like, I feel good. That's a leaky gut. It's a leaky gut. If your nose runs clear when you're eating foods, anybody? That's a leaky gut. It's the autoimmune reaction kicking in because you're eating a food you're sensitive to. Your body says, whoa, that's leaked through us before. And it starts to build an allergy response. And you go, it must be the spice. Nope. It's the foods that you're sensitive to because of it. All thyroid disease is directly connected to a leaky gut in the first place because the hormone converts where? In your liver and your intestines. If your T4 is low, it's not low because you're not making it. It's low because you're converting it inappropriately to the wrong hormone. That's my thyroid seminar. It affects your adrenal glands and makes you tired and fatigued. Do you guys know how much chronic adrenal fatigue is affecting people today? You don't actually have chronic fatigue. You have a leaky gut that is destroying the ability for your adrenal glands to work. And the big one is, I can't remember. What? Half of you, if I asked you, what did I say 10 slides ago, would go, something about I should get tested, right? Okay? Some of you here may have this issue where you're like, I can't remember stuff. I'm foggy in my brain. Or it gets to the point where you go like, who are you? Like I could be her son, grandson, whatever. And she might go, I do not know you. That's the forgetfulness that comes with long-standing, ready for this, type 3 diabetes. They're calling it type 3. Dementia-related cognitive decline is a diabetic condition of your brain where your brain doesn't have the ability to hold insulin and react. Why? Neurotoxins do what? They clog the cell membranes. Tell me if you would agree with this. The primary source of fuel for your brain is sugar, yes? So if you can't get the sugar into your brain, what do the brain cells do? And you can't remember. You don't actually have dementia, you have toxicity. I'm going to let it sit for a bit because you guys realize it's all disease. Everything you can think of, toxins, spine, gut, please get tested. Now, I came here for 2 reasons, to share this and to say, do you want me to help you? Okay, you get to decide, all right? If you do, inside of your packet, those of you who have this red one, you're having this because it means either I've never had the opportunity to check you, or I have and it's been some time since you've done it last. Does that make sense? So inside of here was this little tiny sheet that said name, phone number, email, price, etc. Okay? Before we all have a heart attack about this, $8.97 is the fee if you ask me to bill your insurance to come in for the first visit and get the x-rays, the leaky gut scan, that urinary test kit that looks for your glyphosate, and the blood work if you ask me for your insurance to pay for it. Can I discount it if you want me to bill it to your insurance? No. So if you say to me, I have Blue Cross, will you take it? You must pay $897. We will file a claim, and they will reimburse you at whatever your rates are. If you have a deductible that hasn't been met, you will have to pay for all of it. Okay? Did you know You do not have to use your insurance if you don't want to. You can say, don't bill this. And what I do is I cut this down to $497, and that is your fee. And I do two things. I will not only do the first test and the x-rays and the scans and the exams, so we'll call it, the first is the tests, right? Blood, urine, spine, gut. You guys understand, right? Okay? Then you need to obviously go over the results. Would you agree? So I'm not going to charge you to come back and go over the results. So you'll have your results visit to discuss what we found, plus a therapy in whatever needs to be done. If you need a detoxing recommendation and I need to follow up with you in a day or a week or a month or whatever, please go do this. And I'll even give you the stuff that will help you to test it. Okay? And then, do you think it would be a good idea that we follow up on your therapy and see how you responded, and then actually come up with a plan to say, do this to heal? And then this is when we can talk about how much does it cost and the time and everything else. Now, I know right here, this is where you guys go, ugh. That's when you're going to tell me I can't afford it. You would be amazed. On the average, what I do is I pay for half of people's care when you don't use your insurance, because I can give you a discount. Okay? Is it going to cost some? I have no clue till I see what's going on. So please, I know you guys are going to do this. Okay, I have diabetes. I've had it for 35 years. How much is it going to cost to get rid of it? I have no idea. I have no idea until I test you and see what's going on. Okay, I can tell you that on the average, it ranges between the cost of a root canal or a crown for most people, which you guys all have an idea, and you can do it. There's ways to finance it, take care of it financially. In fact, it's cheap, because the last time I checked people who come in on dialysis, they're spending thousands of dollars a month. Okay, so can you do it? Okay, now, to sweeten the deal, if you want this, because you came today, if you do the investment of the $497 to get all of this done, and you say, yes, Dr. Ernst, I want you to show me what to do, I will take that payment and apply it to the costs so it goes down by your investment, which means you're now out what for testing? Nothing. I don't know about you, but it does not get any better than that. All I ask is, are you willing to take the road less traveled, give me these 3 separate days, okay, they're about a half hour to an hour in the appointments, so I can investigate you to point you in the direction and say, do you want to do this together, okay? It's your decision if you do. If you don't, you're really not out that much, but at least you know what to do. And if you do, you get it reinvested. Does that make sense to you guys? Like, I can't make it any easier than this. How do I do this, okay? You need to fill this form out with your name, phone number, and email. So, like, I would suggest you do this, okay? And you must sign right here because you're going to slash through that, write $497. Why do you have to sign it? Legally, you have to say, I know what I'm buying. I know what I'm getting. So I understand I'm going to have history consult, neurological, nutritional, full comprehensive blood and urine, segmental analysis. It's all right there for you guys. So you sign it, you slash through it, you write it. Now over here, most important, circle 2 times. I'll give you an example. If you're like, oh, I could do 9 on Monday, and if you don't have 9 on Monday, I could do 9 on Wednesday. Circle them both, but put a star next to the one you guys want. I'm going to say this again because it will save you a ton of time if you decide now your top 2 times. Because they might say, I don't have them 9, but I do Wednesday. You're good. Boom. Do I have to pay the fee today? Yes. Why? Because I have a lot of work that I have to do to prep for you, and these tests are a little expensive. You pick your dates and times, you fill the form out, and where do you go? Right over there where all of my team are standing, and they will help you. Okay? If you don't want to do that, I am totally fine. It is not for me to make the decision. If you want to, do it. If you don't, hop on my radio show today. I'm going to be talking about the starting points of anti-aging. Come to my dinner. I will pay for your food and your guests to help you expand your knowledge. Make sense? Just make a decision, either yes or no, because you get to decide. Are we good? Are we okay? So could you help me? Did we pull off our goals? Ready? What are the 3 causes of all health conditions?
Toxicity, leaky gut,
Toxicity, leaky gut, and nerve interference. Toxicity, gut, and nerve interference. How do we test for them? How do I test for toxicity? Urine and blood test. This is the one you pee into. If it turns red, you've got lots of glyphosate and you've got lots of toxins. This is the blood test that's included in your exam at $497. It's an $800 blood test, by the way, included that tells me if your organs are working. We're checking primary organs of detox and all of your hormones. How do I check for nerve system interference? X-ray, spinal scan. How do I see if you have a leaky gut? The scale will tell me if you have more than 50%. My God, you guys are amazing. How amazing. What are the triggers for toxicity? How do I get more toxins into my environment? I either eat them, or I breathe them, or I put them on. And that's what your job is to fix. Filter your water, do your homework, check your products, right? And clean out the grains. What were the grains again that have glyphosate? Corn, soy, wheat, rice, potatoes. Corn, soy, wheat, rice, and potatoes. And how do you reverse disease? How do you reverse disease? So if you have a disease you're taking a medication for, how do you reverse it? Get rid of the toxins, fix your nerve system, and repair your gut, and God will do it for you. Isn't it amazing? Yes?
Are there any grains that were not on that list you just named?
Well, okay, so here's the challenge. By definition, there are some things that are sub-grain classifications. Quinoa, for example. Seeds are not grains, of course, right? So when we start going like, well, Dr. Ernst, what about the gluten-free grains? There's a chance they may be sprayed. I have no idea. Call and contact. What about buckwheat? What about sorghum? I don't know. There's no way I can know that. You'd have to say, where'd you buy it from? Bob's Red Mill. Call Bob and ask him if he sprays it. I don't know. You guys have to do the research for that kind of stuff. All I can tell you is if you cut the grains and you add fats and real food, your body can heal. Stop eating crap, and it'll do it for you. Are we all okay? Hold on. I know, like if we do questions like, hey, it's 1:12, I have to be respectful. I have a radio show. I got to get out of here because I got to get down to South Charlotte. And even on a Saturday, that can be tough. If you have a question, what about? What do you think the discounted 3 visits is for? Let me answer all of your questions for your health. Are we good with this? Yes. Are we all okay? Did you guys have fun? Yes. Okay, great. It's all about, do you go this way or do you go this way? I would like to say it this way. That goes directly out the door. That leads right there. I'll let you guys decide. Thanks so much.